It's official. It's official. I've completely swung to the dark side, baby. Masterverse, it does it, right? It just does it. Hey, you. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Welcome, my fellow collectors. Yes, indeed, I have shifted over pretty much entirely. Am I going to stop collecting Origins? No, I'm not going to stop. I'm just saying in my head, if someone asked, what are you a fan of? And I would say both. I still am a fan of both, but if you give me a choice, I am picking Masterverse, and I am not even thinking twice. This, my friends, is what it's all about, baby. I get it. Like, I understand the nostalgia. I understand this size of a figure, even though the extra articulation adds to it, saying that this is like nostalgia 2.0, right? But this is like nostalgia 3.0. This is not only 3.0 nostalgia, this is 3.0, 30 points of articulation, 7 inches tall, the weapons, everything. It's going to be, like here's the one we got before. Of course, I got the Mega Custom X custom head on there. This is probably why I'm started to be such a fan of the Masterverse anyways, because when we were able to see what the potential was with the Classics, when Classics came out and we were able to get that 6-inch figure, little over 6-inch figure, it looks like 6 because I'm putting that next to the 7-inch and it's about an inch shorter. So you can get that 6-inch figure with a bigger, longer torso that just doesn't look as kind of stout. And you can see what the potential. And then once Masterverse hit, you're like, oh man, it's endless, right? Endless potential. And then the fact that they're coming out with these vintage collection with the back, look at the card back. I think actually it might even be the same picture on the vintage or on the Classics back, because I remember the Classics was trying to give you that vintage style look. So it might be similar, very similar, if not the same. I'll have to go downstairs and check. Faker is no He-Man. He's the evil blue robotic warrior of Skeletor. All right, so it's got the arm for battle, and he has the robotic recorder, which I believe on this one, yes, it is built into the body there. So absolutely excited, and I can tell, like I said, when I got this, it wasn't the same feeling that when I got Fangor and Orko and Grizzlord. This is pure excitement. And I get like the Orko. We never had Montork, so that was cool, and I remember him and Snoob from the cartoon when he was teaching Whiplash how to Simba, Simpo, teach him how to do magic, and it was terrible. But they should have done a 3-pack with Drael, just like Classics did. That would have been nice. Maybe we'll get that in vintage. Who knows? I guess there was no vintage of those, but anyway, you guys get my point. But I mean, I understand the nostalgia of getting that smaller look and more like the vintage look. But the fact that it's everything I wanted in an action figure, but now that I'm not 5 years old or 6 years old and a little guy, and I'm 6 foot tall and 225 pounds, and this is the bigger action figure for the bigger person. Whatever. I don't know. I'm not gonna. If you don't collect Masterverse, I can't convince you to do so, and I'm not trying to. I'm just telling you where I'm at. I love this line. Period. I do. I love the line. It's fun, and I'm gonna stop talking about it, and we're just gonna be about it, right? Let's get this thing opened up. We'll flip it on the other side, and we will take a look. So I'll see you there. Okay. So there he is. It's Faker. First things first, let us open up And I'm getting confused with this now. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to the color of baggie that they put in there now. Because some of the good guys had a blue baggie, some of the good guys had a red baggie, and vice versa. I don't understand why and what the reason is, but we got a red bag for Faker. Maybe one day Mattel will tell us. And maybe it really doesn't matter, but whatever. Okay. So, this guy has... Okay, so it's got 3 pieces in the baggie. We've got the shield in the orange, which... Oh, it's crazy because like this piece here, you can see what it kind of did to the shield. Look, it's got that little lift here and it looks a little odd. But I guess that is supposed to be like a metallic kind of thing here. We've got the standard 40th axe there that comes with the 40th. I'm sorry, there was 4 things. And then the 2 extra hands. 1 fist on this side and 1 holder on that side. So we've got our gripping hand or whatever. So just going real quick, I'll put him next to him just because we know this was based on the same exact design here as far as the buck and all that and the head. And then of course it comes in the front blister, has the standard plastic weapon as well. So when you look at the 2 side by side, there is one consistency that I'm not happy about, but I can easily fix, is the eyes. So the eyes on this one is a little worse. You can kind of see he's looking off to the left and a little bit up. And he's not going to be as extreme, but he still has the eyes way up top where he's kind of looking not up, but kind of off into the distance as opposed to straight forward. Like, say, this one. Well, he's looking off in the distance a little bit more, but he's just not, I don't know. It's not the worst, but I could fix it if I want. But I probably won't. I'll probably just leave it alone. But just looking at it, you can see the buck is the same, just like it should, obviously, right? It's Faker. It's supposed to be the robotic version. Everything else looks the same, different coloring, obviously. You've got the purple, the darker purple, which is nice. This one being that, let's move this over since we're looking at the colors, since we know that's the same there. So you've got a darker blue in the first rendition of the new Eternia Faker. That one's got a darker blue. Everything as far as the design, well, actually everything is different on the design because you've got the belt is different. This one has more of a design to it. You've got a little longer loincloth in the middle. The pauldrons have a little more weathering to them. Obviously the top part, you've got the magenta as opposed to the orange. This one has a different style sword because it's more of like a robotic, like battle damage sword. And of course the hatchet does, or the axe does have that broken axe, even though it's the same design. Let's see. Yeah, it's got that cool broken, just like his, pieces where it's got the little robot parts of the broken skin, which I don't believe the new one has anything like that, but we're going to get the armor taken off and we'll take a look. Oh, sorry, Faker. We'll put this back in. And of course, like I said, on this one, I do have the Mega Custom X head, which was way better than the Faker head that they gave us for this one. I just like it better. Okay, so here we go. Let's get this thing opened up, taken off, all that good stuff. So first things first, you got, of course, that head that really not a huge fan of that head sculpt, but it's not the worst. And actually with the blue, it does look a little bit, I don't know, I think I kind of like it a little bit better. Maybe if we switch the eyebrows up. Well, I mean, look at it compared to this one. You've got the Mega Custom X head just has more of that angry look, right? Just wish some of those Mega Custom X heads like that one would be available on. No, not Mega Custom X. I'm sorry, it's Hordak MX. God, My apologies to the artist. It's Hordak MX. Mega Custom. I got these so many dang custom part makers that, yeah, this one is Hordak MX, and I'll put his logo here. That way you can see it. So Hordak MX did this one. And Mega Custom X is Boojaboo. That's the guy I get a lot of stuff from my printed parts out because he's I'm on his Patreon. So my bad. Operator error there. My apologies again to the artist on that one. So, of course, this one is the same design as, because the 40th Buck and the 40th Skeletor, you're going to get that same armor but in orange. And it's got the little gunmetal rivets all the way around. And even on the edges, you've got the gunmetal rivets. But like I said, this is the 40th Skeletor armor. And not this one, because this armor is for the smaller Buck. So just to show you what happens when you put the smaller armor on the bigger Buck, is when I did a custom faker, it just chokes him out. So you can see there that it just doesn't look right because it doesn't fit, and you kind of almost have to but this is my custom faker that I did with that 40th Buck a while back. We did a little contest, and I did a little dremeling here, cut into it to give the robotic pieces, and then I did it on the shoulder, so I kind of broke into the body, and then the little tape cassette thing is it's a water slide decal, and then I did the boots and everything. So this one is my own custom, which isn't too bad, but I'm glad we got the regular one. So this one is going to be quite a bit different because obviously it's a lot bigger than the one that we got previously. The one that we got previously has a smaller tape deck there. Let me just pull the back off here so you guys can see. Sorry about that. Okay, so you can kind of see here. Quite a bit bigger, and this one, it's really close to the chest, where this one sticks out a lot. This one has more of a, there you go, really kind of pops out of that chest. So cool either way, but this one does look kind of like, you know, like Skeletor mounted it and has it out the way that it is, so that's the way to tell the difference, right? Obviously, except for the fact that he's blue. He's blue. Oh. The blue is actually very close to the same blue, if not the same blue. It is the same blue, right? Same blue. You got the same blue as the Skeletor, but the biggest difference is this one piece. So when they did the tooling, so they did the similar tooling to the He-Man 40th Buck. So that tooling here. And the color, they use the same color as the Skeletor. So those are similar, that they use the same there. And then the difference is this part here on the top that cuts there. You're going to have the different tooling with the tape deck instead, which is cool, which is fine. And you can feel it all the way around. So it does bubble out, and it does have that extra there. So, but other than that, let's see. Yeah, everything's the same. Like I said, as far as the He-Man 40th, as far as the design of everything, minus this. And then the nice thing is, see, when I made this custom, we didn't have the 40th Skeletor yet. That's how long ago it was. And I know this is the vintage Skeletor, but it's the same everything as the 40th. And I have the 40th. It's just over on the other side of the room. So they use the armor. So it's all reused parts, basically, except one piece. And that's the tape deck. Unless, yeah, they had to have, because there's no way that they're going to do that to every single one they made. That would be ridiculous, right? Okay, and the orange is a little bit of a lighter orange than what they've used before, I believe. Or, let me see. Well, I don't know. I think it's a pretty I mean, the orange is pretty standard. It's not like a yellowy orange like the Revelation Faker had that little more of a goldish, yellowish orange. It had a lot more of a yellow tint. This one has a pretty good tint of orange. It's a nice, solid orange color. And then like I said, there's the, see how nice it looks there. You don't have the choking look like my custom where he's like, come on dude, get this thing off of me. You could see his neck a little bit, but not like this. This one definitely looks a lot more comfortable. So, but yeah, all in all, you got the double articulation on the elbows like they always do. You've got the drop hip. I think that's all standard. Basically everything that you had if you did get the 40th anniversary He-Man, you've got here. And then the 40th anniversary Skeletor armor, you've got here. So everything is pretty consistent there. This one has, you know, like I said, I think I'll just give him the axe and then we'll do the sword in the back. So those are a little darker, of course, than the armor, but that's okay. You know, sometimes you do have to have a little bit of a darker color in your weapons than your armor, because you're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you. Okay. If you guys didn't get that, I'm sorry. That was Daily Affirmation with Stuart Smalley. Wow, I don't remember what I did last week, but I remember that. Good Lord, that's like 90s Saturday Night Live. This one's a little bit looser on the knee as I move it. Wow, it's actually a lot looser. But I don't think it's gonna have an issue standing because the ankles are tight. And when it's, you know, it's all right if it's loose down there if the ankles are good. So yeah, so there we go. Not much else to review. Like I said, all the parts and everything are the same. The big difference is the color of the face and then that tape deck. So that, my friends, is your new Eternia vintage, not a new Eternia, just vintage collection Faker. Very happy to add him to the collection. Definitely am a fan of the vintage collection line. We had the Zodak just come out recently. We've had the Skeletor, and I believe, yeah, we've got a lot more coming. I'm, you know, definitely excited to get more of the vintage collection figures. So let me know again in the comments what you think about the Faker that I just received, and you know, bad, good, thumbs up, thumbs down. Am I crazy that I am starting to like Masterverse more than Origins? Or that I am liking? I'm not starting to. I am liking Masterverse more than Origins. It's just, I don't know. For me, it's just a feeling I've been getting when I get them. Like, I'm so excited to open these things up. I'm so excited to add more Masterverse. Like, I really just want to kind of have all my main collection of Masterverse. It is eye level to me when I walk into the toy room. So, I'm good with that. So anyway, guys, all right, we will see you. I still haven't done a Dispara video, and I still haven't done the 4-pack. Those are sitting in my room just waiting to be opened and unboxed. I'm finishing up the extra weapons for the Dispara, so I think I want to get those all completed and sealed before I do a Dispara video, so that way I can kind of show off those extra 3D printed parts that I have. So anyway, all right, guys, we will see you on the next video. Thanks for joining. Have a good one.